What is up, YouTube? We're back with more FF7 Remake. Just want to say, I'm probably jinxing it, but over these last 2 or 3 weeks, we've been getting like way more views than normal. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, hopefully it continues, but I think we're just doing more interesting games than normal. Although
Probably.
Lifeline seems like it's doing pretty good, although it's only 2 parts. Anyway, so we're continuing on. We just finished fighting the soldier guys. I don't even remember his name already. Anyway, I altered my equipment and loadout a little bit because we're fighting some whispers, and in general it seems like it's just better to use magic against them because aerial combat in this game is really bad. But I have the Mithril Saber on. And one of the few purple materials that actually increase stats other than luck ups is magic up. So if you equip the Mithril Saber with 2 magic ups, which is plus 50%, you can only get 2 of them, I think. So I don't know why it says total boost of plus 100, because I think there's only 2 in the game. But anyway, Cloud's magic attack is 444. And actually, but I noticed that I can actually increase it by 10 more. So, and the materia that I'm using, you do have MP absorption materia, which it only absorbs 0.1 of damage dealt, but if you do like 1,000 damage, that's 10 MP back. So MP, even in hard mode like this, can still be good. You just gotta know what you're doing, and that's mostly Eris. Eris is absolutely amazing in this game, even with the restrictions to MP.
By the way, what I was saying for the views, our idea of a lot is like 20 within the first couple of days.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with that.
You made it! Over here!
Hi, waifu.
Could you have been any louder? I mean, it made my job a lot easier, but... Wait, where's Wedge? What? That was close.
We'll go get him. Hey, buddy. How you doing?
I just love how your materia shows up on your sword in real time. It's just such a nice touch.
Yeah.
Come on.
And I like the idea of literally, when they say they have weapon slots, literally being a slot in the weapon. Like, I don't think I ever put 2 and 2 together that way. But, like, I can imagine, like, an armor having just, like, a bunch of, like, I don't know, like, just little holes on it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely how they're designed. The only thing they don't do is, you know, like when you upgrade the materia slots on your weapons, like the Buster Sword, and every sword can get up to 6 materias, but they don't, like, visualize that, but that's fine. But even in the original, like, the Buster Sword's design has changed, like, every single game, very minorly, but even the original game, you can see the 2 little holes in it.
Yeah.
Is that a smile I spy?
They even do that. You don't see it as often because it's not as prevalent, but they do it for Tifa and Barrett. You can see the materia slotted into, like, Barrett's, like, gun arm.
Copy that.
That's the catchphrase.
We apologize.
I love slow sidling. Oh, by the way, I don't think we said it, but Ben's not here today. Because he was just busy.
Ben! Dude, he would have lost his mind at the Lifeline part today. That feel.
Yeah, Lifeline was a struggle today.
I got, like, what, like, 5 rooms in and it was an hour?
Yeah, I mean, you died to one thing and then we had to redo, like, 5-10 minutes, but yeah, still. It's like 5-10 minutes a room. I cannot go faster than this, by the way.
I heard someone say it was an attack.
It was the terrorists, right? There has been no attack. For your safety, please go home.
So, one of the Before Crisis games, I'm not sure exactly which one, but I was watching a video on it the other day where, like, they have members of Avalanche that you fight before it's, like, Tifa and Barrett and everything. And it seems like in FF7 lore, Avalanche did exist before Tifa and Barrett and all that. And they were way more like, actual terrorists, if that makes sense. Like, they were way more, like, hardcore about it.
That's interesting, because in this game, they mention it in Intergrade. I don't know how much they mention it in this one. But they really say that the Baratifa squad are like the Splinter group, and they're way more extreme than regular Avalanche.
Interesting.
Really, Tom?
Yeah, like
But
I said, it's one of the. It came out before this, but it's one of those like before Crisis, one of those like mobile games. You know, I don't know if it's exactly before Crisis, but it's again, like I said, one of those mobile games we never got.
By the way, I think the first part of this, I said that you cannot restore MP in any regard in hard mode other than like chapter transitions. The one thing I forgot about is that if you break those like Shinra supply crates that are like occasionally on the floor, they will restore like I think 10% of your MP if you get lucky, but like it's not guaranteed at all.
Got it wrong, but nope, they're here just like he said.
Parachutes?
Mm-hmm.
Huh? What do you mean half figure?
50-50 is pretty good odds if you ask me. This is gonna be fun.
Jessie.
Last sitting, I think I said this is the worst chapter in the game. I still do stand by that, but it's just amazing how much work and effort they put into this chapter for essentially
And like I said before,
nothing, because the only thing that happened was Jessie got some classic explosive,
complicate things.
which, I mean, they didn't really need to make it a plot point, but
And it was an excuse to
Cloud, you let him down gently, alright?
show a different space and introduce Motorcycle McGee.
I'm honestly surprised they didn't.
One more thing.
Oh god.
What the hell are you trying to...
Easy, you'll make us fall.
Not if you do first.
Swing by my place after, so I can pay you in
What is
full.
this music?
Yikes, Cloud.
I'm honestly surprised they didn't put Jessie with Cloud
Give
again,
me a minute.
just for more fan service.
Why you have to be such a hard ass, bro? I ain't your bro.
At least Wedge's base.
I would literally just die. I would faint while falling. Me.
Imagine how much time and effort they had to do to have the model
Yep.
ripple in that way.
I think so. That's an interesting question. Have we reached the point of no return when it comes to nice?
Oh, I thought that was Cloud doing it.
More. Just got hurt.
Have we reached the point of no return when it comes to
One for the team.
diminishing returns when it comes to time spent and let's just say man hours spent versus graphics?
These days.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I would definitely say so.
are we at the point where, like, to move a step up from this, or to become more detailed, is it worth the amount of man hours?
Yeah.
We can take on the world.
As technology is right now, with just like, you know, a console displaying HDMI information to a flat screen, I think this is the most that we should ever really bother with. Now, in the future, is there going to be something better than a traditional TV? I think so, but maybe not in our lifetimes.
But like,
I'm only a little sore.
I guess for the diminishing returns, it's like, would you rather have like a 1 hour game that looks way better than this, or at least like, you know, just crazy, or like a game that's like this, that's like 20-30 hours long, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think we're at that point of diminishing returns where I sound like a boomer, but we were just playing Lifeline on PS2 earlier, and I was like, I personally don't need graphics any better than this. Just looking at a PS2 game. Now, it's a good-looking PS2 game, you know, but like once we got to like HD, like I've never played like a 360 game and was like, oh, I can't stomach this, you know? I feel like once it went to the widescreen HD, like at no point was I like, nope, this is unplayable. Some PS1 games are unplayable, and maybe some PS2. But that's just me.
Yeah, and even between the PS4 and PS5, I guess we're pretty still early into this generation, but a lot of games still look very similar to the PS4, but the big thing is just like under the hood changes, like better SSD, or an SSG in general, and like just things run better. And I think that's the biggest thing that they really should focus on, instead of like pushing like amazing graphics that run like crap. I mean, there's so many PS4 exclusives that like run at 20-30 FPS. So I think like the gold standard should be 60 FPS, moderately look better than the PS4, but like something like Horizon Forbidden West just came out, and I think it took them 5 years between Zero Dawn and Forbidden West, and like it's a fairly long game, but that's 5 years of dev time for a huge team.
Yeah.
It was probably a huge budget, so like you look at the environments and they're very pretty, but what does that necessarily matter?
Also, look at games that came out at the early part of a system's life versus the last ones. Like PS3, look at Heavenly Sword compared to Last of Us, right? It's like night and day.
Yeah.
Or PS4, look at Killzone Shadowfall versus Ghost of Tsushima. They might as well be two different systems, you know? So as devs figure out the PS5 better, it'll be, you know, it will be better. But, like I said, my worry is just the amount of time. Like, I would rather FF7 Part 2 just came out and they didn't have to, like, make 4 unique cats right there. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
there's so many moments of, like, you can see that they put a lot of time and effort into certain things, but, like, do we need the cutscene with Wedge holding 3 cats?
Right. I would rather the game just came out and just be fun. Or, if you want to have that cutscene, you don't have to make, like, 4 unique cats there, you know? Like, which I'm sure took, like, a decent amount of time. Like, if FF7 Part 2 looked just like this, and they could just use everything they already have, I'd be completely fine with it.
Without further ado, here you are.
Wow, another green materia.
Thanks for
What's it
stepping
this
up,
time?
Merc.
Is it cleansing? Oh,
And
barrier.
now,
That's
the
not too
cherry
bad.
on top.
Whoa.
Okay, I get it. Mind letting me breathe?
Depends. Mind coming over tomorrow night? My roommates should all be out for a while.
Are you seriously that desperate?
Oh my god.
Just let go already.
I think Cloud's in the
Only
right.
if you promise to
Jessie's
come back
all
tomorrow
over
night.
him.
Deal?
Sure, whatever.
No promises, but I'll think it over.
Really? You will? I make a mean pizza, I'll have you know. Marsh, luge, black millie, red jelly. I use only the best ingredients.
Are those
And
real
then-
ingredients?
Those are things.
I guess
Never
so.
heard of any of that stuff.
Oh, you are so adorable. You know that? You just leave everything to me. It'll be great. Night
Question
night.
of the part. If you had to pick, if you were Cloud and you weren't a friggin' loser, would you pick Jessie, Tifa, or Eris? There you go. You gotta pick one. And the answer of none or multiple does not work.
For me, I think the only real choice is Tifa. Eris, I guess you just, Cloud doesn't know it, but just
How's Wedge?
Eris having the connection with Zack and just her personality is just a little, I don't know.
Not for me.
Tomorrow's a really big day for all of us.
I'd say Jessie, because she's annoying. I like that.
We got all the whole damn thing. Heading topside in secret.
And someone could have more energy than me, which is fine.
Jessie been acting weird.
Yeah, but then she'd want you to do stuff all the time,
Thanks.
which I guess, I don't know, I guess it's a good thing.
Pushes you out of your comfort zone and all that.
Finish before morning. Why don't you go and see if she needs any?
Thanks.
Huh? Sorry. Our shoot was blown pretty far off course. It felt like a bad omen or something. So,
It's a weird angle they had on Biggs there.
Yeah, these,
Night.
like, automated cutscenes
thanks.
are
Directed,
weird. Why is he brooming,
like,
just
outside.
Yeah, like, bare dirt.
All I have to say is that cutscene was definitely directed by David Lynch. Just that part. Let's get behind this one wall. Okay, great.
Luckily, once this chapter is finally over, which we still have a bit to go, but things, I think, get much better.
You know, when I go to sleep at night, I also have to unsheath my katana and lay it next to my bed.
Yeah, your 5,000-pound sword.
There's no law against walking around with a katana, okay.
Yeah.
Gaijin.
You were out for a while.
Wait, does that mean what I think it means?
Walking.
Gaijin?
I think it's
I ran
Gaiden.
into
It's
Johnny,
like-
by the way.
like non-Japanese, right?
I guess so.
I think that means non-Japanese person.
I mean, people constantly say it. I don't know what it actually means.
Konnichiwa, Gaijin! I'm gonna look it up.
Anytime soon, were you?
It's not gonna be a swear, though.
Well, seems this old friend of mine's in a tight spot.
I just, like,
Long time ago, I
assume
said
people
I'd be
just
there
mean
for
that
her.
you're a
Made a
Westaboo,
promise.
or I guess just don't know anything about Japan.
A foreigner in Japan. Okay, Gaijin. There we go.
Can't say this
But
is quite what I
they're
had in mind
Gaijins
when
by
I put that on
default.
you way back when.
What a stupid insult.
What do you mean?
Do you want to talk?
Like when you're talking about like someone in America that's obsessed with Japan and calls another American a gaijin. It's like you're also
but
gaijin.
no, that means
You're losing
I
that
think
hard
the
edge.
actual term is for someone in Japan.
Yeah, but
Not at all.
no one
I like it.
uses it like
Yeah,
that.
that's true.
Marlene won't be so scared of you next time.
Oh yeah, Marlene. For some reason, I was watching the last part we did, and we called Marlene Marley for some reason, and like it was all three of us, and I have no idea why. It's
We were-
Marlene.
I'd like to catch
We
up
were-
more,
we were-
but
we were
should
losing our
probably
minds.
both get some sleep, yeah?
I'm just surprised, especially with Ben there. I'm surprised he didn't catch that either.
Wait, Tifa, stay.
Good night, Tifa.
It's, I think, one of the most ironic things in video games and pop culture and all that is that Japan, like, usually in general loves the US, and the US loves Japan. But it's like, they don't, like, love themselves, if that makes sense. Like, it's like Kojima's a huge Westaboo. He doesn't, like, care at all about Japanese things. He just, like, hangs out with, Mads Mikkelsen and, the other guy from Death Stranding. You know what I mean? He's just like, I like Escape from New York. I like Terminator.
Obviously, Kojima is an extreme example of that, but
What's wrong?
Come with me, quickly.
Come with me and you will see.
We were getting ready to set out when those things showed up and came out.
Were you saying last time that this is technically a sequel, or am I thinking of something different?
yeah. So basically, how this game works is that this is a parallel timeline to the original FF7, and the Earth itself and the life stream and just how the Earth works wants to have a certain timeline happen. And in the original FF7, everything goes without a hitch, and it's just how it was meant to be. Let me do this fight first. These whispers and these, I guess they're called specters right here, but they can be pretty annoying. I hate fighting the specters. You don't do it much in this game, but...
Mysterious Spectre D.
So this game takes place in a parallel timeline, and the original FF7 is the timeline that the Earth wants to do. And when that timeline goes awry for whatever reason, basically the harbinger of fate that's, I guess, like governed by the life stream or something like that. I don't know the exact specifics, but they summon these specters to make sure that the things that are supposed to happen actually do happen. Now, this is a bad example because I'm really not sure what the specters are doing right here. But spoilers, but when you get to the plate falling, like right before it, when you fight Reno and Rude, in this timeline, Cloud and Barrett were actually able to stop it. But at the last second, the specters come and they mess up the whole thing, and then the plate falls because they're distracted, and Reno goes up and restarts it, even though he lost. So that's one thing that you can really tell that that's what they're trying to do.
Is this something that's explained in game, or is it something I completely missed?
They don't like outright explain it. That'd be really awkward. All right, so this fight, you just want to fight the Enigmatic Spectre. The other things will just respawn forever. And really what you want to do is just, you have to stun it, and that's the only thing that really matters. But because aerial combat in this game is so bad, if it goes up in the air, a lot of times you just want to like spam like magic to make it come down, but hopefully it'll just stay up here.
Dude, does that mean in part 2 when Eris, spoilers, is gonna die, they're gonna have something where like Sephiroth misses or something like that, but then the Spectres come in and make her die or something like that?
No, oops, I forgot to click here, that sucks. I'll explain after this fight's over.
Yep.
Cloud's probably dead, but Tifa does have revive, so that's fine.
That's pretty nice.
I got this.
How many of them are there?
I hate this fight.
I'm gonna guess when it gets staggered, it's gonna like
Yeah,
mostly die.
You can kill it like in one frog, but it's just getting to it. Aero combat in this game is just so awkward. Maybe not from Tifa, but...
Watch this.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Oh nice.
Alright. What was I explaining? Oh yeah, you remember the final boss of this game, right? Other than Sephiroth, you fight the big culmination of all the Spectres. They basically call it the Harbinger of Fate, but you defeat it, and while you're defeating it, the original events of the FF7 like flow through the minds of the main characters. But at the end, the Harbinger is dead, so it basically means that Part 2 onwards can be any sort of events going forward. So they basically like wipe the slate clean, and it means that anything could happen Part 1 onwards. Which is why people are like guessing that Eris will either die in some other place or won't die at all, or someone else will die. But at the end of the game, I think, yeah, Biggs is revived, so the timeline is already way different.
Guess I shouldn't be surprised, though. Never can tell what weird shit.
Better not be Barrett.
Scrap down here. It's those reactors.
If I would have to guess, I don't think they're gonna call off Eris.
I wish I could say it didn't, but yeah.
That would be really smart by them, because people would just be waiting the whole time.
Yeah.
Like the whole game. Oh, did you know that Kate Sith is not pronounced Kate Sith?
Yeah, it's like Kaska or something like that.
It's Gaelic,
Yeah.
or Scottish or whatever.
I also heard that. I don't remember how it's pronounced, but it's not Kate Sith at all.
What did you do to your leg?
And that's like really unfair, because like how would you ever know?
Dude, this entire game is just characters you will never pronounce right. Tifa, Yuffie, and Yuffie. I say Yuffie nowadays, but I did say Yuffie as a kid.
And it's funny because a lot of the other games don't really have that.
And how are you supposed to know that Kate Sith is pronounced in Gaelic?
That's impossible. Because, like, even in FF8, are there, like, Priestess or Quistis is, like, the only one I can... Renoa or Rinwa? I don't know.
I don't think I've ever mispronounced any... FF7 has Titus and Titus, obviously.
Okay.
That's the only other one I can really think of.
Yeah.
I mean, all the other named characters in FF10 are actually like.
Consider it done.
Also, I
Name
think they
drop
say
and
I
voice
think they say
acting.
the names. Yeah.
Yeah.
Clouds in. The mission is on.
Go and raise some hell for me.
Terra and Kifka. Do you like Kifka?
Listen, Wedge. I need you to hang back and guard the home front.
Kefka. It definitely just looks like Kef.
I know.
Choice to look after
I know it's not, but
Yeah.
it's just funny how this one has all those.
Barts and Butts.
It is Bart's. I don't even care.
Bart sounds way cooler, but I do think it is Butts, unfortunately.
I am making Bart's canon right now.
Yeah, it probably sounds way cooler in Japanese, but Butts sure sounds stupid in English.
Batsu.
This'll help you get squared away. Don't tell me I never did nothing for you.
Oh damn, a little bit of Gil.
Literally, a little bit of Gil.
Soldier boy.
Here's $5. Didn't we agree that a Gil is a penny?
I guess so.
Is that
It doesn't make any sense, but I guess it's a penny.
we had a long conversation about it last time.
Yeah. Alright,
Here's $5, idiot.
I'm going to load a save. I have just my equipment rearranged. I think it's this one.
Only 71 hours.
Oh. Oh, Sector 7 slums. There we go. I just have my hard edge re-equipped with. I don't use that magic layout almost any time, but just this time.
Did you do the second what's the word reactor yet?
No, we're doing that right now.
Okay. It's amazing how much like extra padding they give it, because I swear doing the second reactor is like within the first hour of even a casual playthrough.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you get the Midgar, you meet up with Tifa and go to 7th Heaven, but after that it's pretty much like you explore
Ready for this?
Just
the
Sector
slums.
7 slums.
Yeah, and then you leave in like what, 10 minutes?
Yeah. Let's see.
I mean, it definitely feels longer because we have to do this in 1.5 hour segments every week.
Also
but-
true.
Do is hope.
Dude, Barrett's tattoo is epic.
Ain't no stopping this.
I wish Barrett didn't have those sunglasses on. I don't know. I think his design is really good, but the sunglasses are just kind of odd to me.
Already put the word out. Moore's
I don't mind most of the redesigns. Like, they're obviously pretty minor redesign. Like, Tifa has, like, an undershirt on, but you can't really have her original design anymore.
Ain't no stopping this train we on.
Actually, since FF7 came out on PC a couple months ago, or was it last year? I don't know. My sense of time is all messed up. There's some mods to like be like, oh, look at our original design. Cloud is also slightly different. I think his armor is a little bit off compared to the original one, but they just like redesigned them slightly.
Ah, yes, PC mods. Something horse Skyrim. Something. That's all I remember. Oh, check out these mods! Horse armor or some. I forget exactly what it is.
Oh, I thought you were talking about something else.
Oh.
Yes, horse armor.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm okay.